So, permutations and combinations is a branch of maths, and I can't speak and write that word at the same time because I've really got to concentrate on the spelling, called combinatorics, which is about counting things. So, partway through the lesson we will get on to some of these other big words. But first of all, I said Lucy was going to be the star of our show to start with. The word Lucy, L-U-C-Y, 4 letters. You have 40 seconds to write down all the ways there are of arranging those 4 letters. Off you go, start now. Has it got to make a word? Don't say yes, thank you. Yes, that's one of them. So make as many others as you can. You've only got 35 seconds now. Just do it, do your best, quickly, off you go.
I'm not going to be able to.
Try and do it in some logical, ordered manner. So, for example, I've got here 2 of them starting with L-U. There are no others that start with L-U. So maybe then you could move on to one starting with L-C and then have your unused letters. And after you've started L-U and L-C, you could start L-Y. And then what other ones are there starting L?
That's written 4.
There are no more starting L. Yeah, so we've got there. There are 6 of them, which are L and 3 other letters. So what do you think we can sort of say from that then? If there are 6 of them that go L blank blank blank.
There's going to be a 6.
There will be 4 lots of 6, yeah. There will be 6 of them that start U blank blank blank, 6 of them C blank blank blank, 6 of them Y blank blank blank. So altogether there are 24 ways of arranging the letters from Lucy. Now we will find a way of working out how many of these are quickly later on, but trying to do these sorts of things in an organised way is helpful. So the next star of our show is going to be Emily. So try and use some sort of logical process like we did up here, breaking it down, and try and work out how many there will be for Emily. I would probably start my list like that.
Is it going to be 120?
So up here I had 6 of them starting EM. How many will there be starting EI? How many will there be starting EL? How many will there be starting what's left? EY, isn't it? Are there any others starting with an E? E. I've got EM, EI, LY. No. So altogether, that's 6 times by 4. That's 24 of them that start E. Times that by 5. Why by 5?
There's 5 other.
Yeah, because there will be, so there are 24 E blank blank blanks, 24 M blank blank blanks, and so on with the I's and the other ones.
Seems very pointless.
Oh, I put too many blank lines there. So 24 times by 5,
120.
which is 120. Yes.
At any point, does this, I mean, not now, but like, does it become conditional? Like, can you have, would you have combinations, would they like conditional lines?
Yes. Like, has to start with a vowel or something.
Yeah.
Yes. We will be looking at that sort of thing later on. Yes. Okay. So, we've done Lucy. We had done Emily. Now, I looked through my list of class people earlier on, and next I thought we would go for Gracie. Because Gracie has got 6 letters in her name. So, what are we going to get for Gracie? Patrick. 6 times 120. Because it's interesting, look, the first one we had gave us 24, and this one was 5 lots of 24. So you reckon, so scaling it up, it will be 6 lots of 120. Okay, does anyone know what 620s are?
7 to 20.
That is correct. That is correct. Now, Patrick, this is where you have to humour us and pretend that your name has got a K on the end. Okay?
Is it not?
No, it hasn't. I hadn't realised that. Okay? Because there is nobody here, I don't think, with a... Don't worry about that. There's nobody here other... You haven't got a 7-letter name, have you? Oh, Bethany.
Oh!
Full name.
Oh, okay.
Actually, you've been demoted.
Sorry, Patrick.
With no repeats. Yep. Sorry, Patrick, you're being crossed off. Okay? Bethany, 7 letters, no repeats.
700.
So, what do you reckon?
Surely you've got Catherine.
Is it 5,040?
Hang on, what have you done to get that number?
7 times 720.
7 times 720. So, whereas we did 5 times the previous answer, then 6 times the previous answer, then now we're doing 7 times the previous answer, and you've already worked that out to be
5,040.
5,040. That is correct. Now, I thought the next one, we have to apologise to Charlotte because we're going to spell her name wrong. Okay, Charlotte.
Wow.
I have just got 1 T in there for the time being. Okay,
40,390.
what have you done?
Times the previous answer by 8 because there's an extra letter.
Times the previous answer by 8, and you said that was...
40,320.
Okay, homework for this time next week, and I have all of those combinations written out by hand, please. So,
You actually,
Oh, why?
of course not, no.
I was going to say, crikey.
Okay, right, but these
Crikey.
numbers do get
Crikey.
very big very quickly. Okay, so there are 40,000 ways of writing out those 8 letters. Okay, I would not expect anybody to write that out. I'm sure if you look on the internet, there are computer programs which do that sort of thing for you. So, does anybody know, and I think Liv does, a quick way of getting from this number here, which is how many letters there are, to the answer over there? Liv.
8 factorial.
8 factorial. Can you tell me how factorial would appear on a calculator, please, Liv? 8 with an exclamation mark.
8.
Okay, sometimes, if you're reading an American book, they call that 8 shriek, apparently, because Americans call that symbol sometimes shriek. Okay, but 8 factorial. Okay, so factorial. How many of you are there in the room? There are 20, because one he's gone, there's me. 20 of us in this room at the moment, 20 living people. How many ways could they arrange all 20 of us? There's one of us, and there's the other one of us at the other end, and there are 18 others of us in between. 20 people, don't you dare reach for a calculator yet. Though you're teething, don't tell anybody, don't show anybody.
1 times 2 times 3 times
So, 20 factorial, roughly how big do you think that number is? You don't say anything.
Isn't it like a math error on the calculator?
No. The calculator will go up to 69 factorial. Right, anybody know, apart from you, because I know you've done it already, roughly how big this number is? Calculator, please, if it's on the screen.
Hang on there.
Okay, thank you. It's that number there,
Oh my God.
where there's an 18 over here.
That's
So that's 2 with another 18 digits after it. So 6 digits is million, 9's billion, 12's trillion. So it's, what did I say, 9? It's big. It's massive, okay? If you did 1 a second, and then for hours and days, it would take you that many days, divide that by years, divide that by millennium, so it'll still take you that many thousands of years
What to write those?
if you're doing 1 a second. They are massive numbers, so they get very big very quickly. Okay, they are basically huge. So they are huge. Okay, so 20 factorial. Other than pressing the button on your calculator to get the answer, there are some people in here I know because I've heard them say it. What sum is actually going on, Patrick?
1 times multiplication for wet.
Yes, I'm going to start the other way around actually, because we normally do. It's just convention. We start with the biggest number, but you're quite right. 20 times by 19 times by 18, all the way down until we finish up timesing by 1. Okay. So n factorial is n times by n minus 1 times by
n minus 2.
n minus 2 until you get down to 3 times 2 times 1. So that's like your red box rule for n factorial. There's one result you ought to know as well. This is like a red box rule one as well. 0 factorial, because 0 factorial can't fit that pattern to it. How many ways are there of arranging nothing?
No.
One.
One way.
Oh.
Okay, so 0 factorial is defined as being 1. So if you have a list of n items in a list, now we have had all of those items are different, and that's important, and we have to keep that in mind at the moment. Then there are n factorial arrangements. So when we had Lucy earlier on, Lucy had 4 letters in her name. 4 factorial means 4 times 3, which is 12, times 2, which is 24, times 1, which is still 24, and that is what we came up with earlier on. Okay, so I'm going to pause the video at this point and go on to another clip.